Hi, I'm Meghna Singh. I'm the CEO of Aptronix India. How do you reach the heights which you have achieved so far? We have a great brand to work with, like Apple.
So Apple's direct presence and online.
So, Apple Retail is the ultimate.
Thank you so much for joining us here. I'm Bharti Pehan from DP Channels. So I would really like to know your journey so far, Meghna, with Aptronix and your background so far, and uh, how do you reach the heights which you have achieved so far?
Okay. Hi, I'm Meghna Singh. I'm the CEO of Aptronix India. It is a trademark brand of premium lifestyle, which is a company based out of Hyderabad. I'm a chartered accountant by profession, though I haven't ever practiced as a CA. As soon as I qualified, I directly jumped into the family business. I think this year, 2026, would be the 13th year that I would be in Aptronix, running Aptronix. So, like I mentioned, I'm a chartered accountant by profession, though I have a very uh, big family history of business, and I am the third generation entrepreneur. And my family has been very hardcore into retail and distribution. Um, so we have retail in our DNA. And which is why I think, coming from finance background, it didn't take too much time for me to adapt to the retail ecosystem. And we already do work with many other brands. Premium Lifestyle as a company, we work with 30 plus brands across India. Brands like Dyson, Onitsuka Tiger, Calvin Klein, Fab India, just to name a few. So we are a very retail centric family business house. Coming to the heights, I don't think I have reached too many heights as of now. I think, though it's been 12 years, I'm just beginning, and there's a lot more to do. But we have a great brand to work with, like Apple, a brand that has a great future in India and is a great place to be in the retail landscape in India right now. So, being with good brands and having good partners in the retail landscape, like the most premium malls in India, these are one of the top two things I would say that have led to good success story.
Right. So keeping the focus towards Apple, Apple products, scale rapidly across metros and towards the tier two cities as well. So, what are the key margin and cost pressure challenges Apple Premium Resellers like Aptronix are facing today? And how are you reworking the retail model to sustain the profitability without compromising the premium experience?
Okay, I think the question you asked is the crux of the Apple business. If you crack that, then you've cracked the Apple business. But premium experience and focusing on customers is the key to our business. Yes, electronic retail, not just Apple business, is a very high pressure, high volume, typically low margin business, but that's the nature of the game. I think what we've slowly realized, where we want to carve our niche, is that we don't want to compete with the market. We want to differentiate within the space as a brand that is standing on its legs, irrespective of the brand that we are representing. So, building legs of Aptronix as a brand within the consumer's minds, something that's very trust centric, customer centric, and team centric. That is what we are trying to build every day. And we believe that if we focus on the right metrics of what are the right things to do by a consumer and consumer experience, sales, footfall, EBITDA, all of those are secondary figures which would naturally flow. So those, I would say, are byproducts.
But people are, really into buying online. E-commerce competition is a very big thing. every now and then we see so many platforms announce their sales. So people go towards them to, get the maximum discounts and everything. So how do you, uh, follow the strategy to overcome those challenges which came across when we talk about the online competition?
Okay, so it's twofold. Number one, when it comes to online presence, it's not just that there are, online players like Amazon or Flipkart that can only service customers through e-commerce. Aptronix has a website. We
Okay.
do have omni-channel. We deliver to customers. We have omni-channel where you pick up in store, all of that. That is one aspect of it. Second aspect of it is that, yes, there are consumers who are very attuned to buying on certain e-com platforms like Amazon, Flipkart, etc. And that will remain. But the India is a very large country. There is a lot of population to service, and Apple has very low penetration and a lot to grow in the country. So every new consumer that we are acquiring, our focus is more on what are the new to Apple consumers that Aptronix is acquiring rather than new to Aptronix. When you just switch the lens from new to Aptronix versus new to Apple, suddenly your competition is not what you're looking at. You're looking at, apart from the RTMs that sell Apple, what brands can we switch consumers from into Apple, which is what our focus is.
So Apple's direct presence and online channel continue to, expanding in India. So from a reseller perspective, what experience-led differentiators will define the success for partner like Aptronix, let's say over the next 2 years?
So Apple Retail is the ultimate expression of the brand. Wherever we've seen Apple stores come up so far, we've seen that over the next few quarters, sales of products have increased in the catchment. So it's not that Apple Retail has cannibalized sales. It is that Apple Retail, through its own presence and the community building that they do, which they are so well known for, they are increasing consumers into the Apple base and Apple ecosystem. So sales of very qualitative Apple products like Apple Watch, HomePod, Apple TV, you see that the overall market sales of these products are improving. So we don't necessarily look at Apple Retail as something that we should be worried about. We look at it more of a support system that we have that helps us champion and grow the Apple network in the country.
According to you, what are the biggest operational and ecosystem challenges are there in expanding, Apple Premium Reseller network in India, specifically if we talk about tier 2, tier 3 cities, and how is Aptronix addressing?
So, see, not that we have any challenges with growth in tier 2, 3, etc., but yes, the primary focus now that over the last few years, our focus has been tier 1 cities, and we have more or less reached a saturation unless there is a new catchment or a new mall that comes up. Our focus for the last 2-3 years has been tier 2, 3, and now that focus is penetrating deeper. Our continued focus is on entering into white spaces where Apple, through mono-brand presence, which is exclusive stores, is not present yet. And also the markets where we see there is potential to grow, continue to expand and be present over there. Now, the challenge with these locations that comes is that typically these are small towns. So the market where you can open a possible store is very limited. The opportunity to open up a good quality store comes up very less, but not that it's not possible. You just need to grab the right opportunity, have the right people on floor to be able to get you the best locations. And it's an ongoing journey. And I think over the next 2-3 years, the Apple retail landscape in India compared to where we are now would look very different because we would be very, very deeply penetrated.
So you are optimistic about it?
Very optimistic. That is the future.
Okay. So, if you talk about as 2026 is around the corner, so what is your strategic vision for Aptronix within the Apple's India growth strategy and resellers, evolving in Apple's long-term channel strategy?
I think Aptronix, I mean, I can't talk about other partners, but for Aptronix, we are very deeply partnered with Apple in their growth journey, where the right fit belongs, whether it is having a large, big expression store in a flashy tier 1 mall, or whether it is presence in a very upcoming tier 3, tier 4 city. We are very deeply aligned to Apple's values, strategy, and growth vision. And we continue to partner with them on all of that. So we see a lot of growth in terms of presence across the country. But apart from that, for Aptronix as a brand, we've been doing a lot of, regrouping and thinking about what does Aptronix as a brand represent.
Right.
There is so much competition in the market, and consumers are so overwhelmed all the time that we really are taking a step back and defining what are the intrinsic values of Aptronix.
True.
And focusing very heavily on consumers is something that is very, very strongly in our mind for 2026, as well as our teams. And of course, growing our presence wherever required.
Great. Lastly, to sum up this conversation, any insights which you have to share on the future of your Aptronix as a premium reseller?
I think for consumers, I would say that there is a lot more that is unexplored in the retail landscape, particularly electronic retail landscape in India. And there are a lot of things that we're working on right now that I can't necessarily reveal. But coming shortly, we are looking to break boundaries and do things that are never done before in Indian retail landscape. I don't know if we'll be successful or not, but the intent is to always test the limits, do something that is never done before, and bring something new to consumers, with the agenda being to make their lives better. So, while I can't reveal anything, there is a lot upcoming. So stay tuned very shortly.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time today. And we hope that Aptronix grows and it helps to grow India in its own story as well. And we hope that we will keep having more such conversations.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.